Okay, very good morning to 3C. What I'd like to do now is to run through the homework questions with you. Anybody has any problems? Question 8. Wow, I have it on the board already. Amazing. Okay, anyway, the recording, all of we're doing, it's for Michelle and anybody else, okay? All the viewers out there on this planet. Okay, so for, let me read out the question to you. There are two printers in the library. Printer A prints 60 pages every X minute. Write down an expression in terms of X for the number of pages printed by printer A every 1 minute. So how do we do that? Who doesn't know? Felicity don't know. Okay, why is it you don't know? Okay, the reason why you don't know is because there is this X involved. Mr. What do I do with the X? 怎么办？可以吃的吗？ No, okay? The key thing is this. When you don't know how to write down an expression, this is for Michelle. When you don't know how to write down an expression, simply replace your algebra with a number. I give you an example. Let's say instead of writing X, I use the number 10, okay? So if I want to find the number of pages printed by printer A every 1 minute, instead of writing X, I use the number 10. So a printer prints 60 pages every 10 minutes. Means 10 minutes, 60 pages. 1 minute, how many pages can a printer A print? Felicity, 6. Louder, please. 6. Yes, it's 6. Okay, so it is 6. So how do you get 6? 60 divided by 10. So in this case, in this real question, instead of the number 10, you have X involved. So 60 pages in X minute. What does that mean? It means in X minutes you print 60 pages. In 1 minute you print 60 over X. Are we cool? Okay, so we move on. So for part 2, given that printer B takes 2 minutes longer than printer A to print the 60 pages, write down in terms of X for printer B. How many pages can it print in 1 minute? So it will be 60 over X plus 2 pages. So always remember, write down units. Okay, that is important. When both printers are in use, they are able to print a total of 144 pages in 1 minute. So what does that mean? It means when both of them are printing together at the same time, I have 144 pages. So how do you construct an equation that reduces to whatever that they want? Okay, how do we do it? We just take part A's answer. Then what do we do? Come on, talk to me. Plus part B's answer equals to 144. Is that doable? Do you understand now? Okay, the simplification part, do you need me to show you? So, moving on. Is the next question 11? Director, how am I doing? Okay, question 11. Amira travels by coach from Singapore to Penang, which is 700 kilometers apart. Okay, so she returns to Singapore by car at an average speed of 30 kilometers per hour greater than that of a coach. So if I want to sketch a simple diagram to visualize how the whole problem looks like, it will probably look like this. Singapore, Penang, 700 kilometers. Yes? So she went to Penang by coach or by car. Talk to me. Coach. So the speed over here will be, how much is the speed? You don't know, right? You don't know. Okay, but don't worry. Let's continue reading the question. Maybe we can get more information from the problem. The question says, she returns to Singapore by car at an average speed of 30 kilometers faster, yet greater than that of the coach. So she returned by car. Then the question told us something. If the average speed of the car is X, so the car speed is X kilometers per hour. Now we know the speed of the car is X kilometers per hour. So you tell me what is the speed of the coach? Very good. X minus 30, bracket it, kilometers per hour. Are we clear? Okay. So now that we have the speed of the coach, we have the speed of the car, average speed of the car is X kilometers per hour, and the whole journey means to Penang and back, from Penang to back to Singapore, takes a total of 20 hours. Can you formulate this particular equation? Okay, you tell me, how do I get time from this information? Very good. Distance divided by speed. Thank you very much. Distance divided by speed. So the distance is 700 over, talk to me, x minus 30 plus over x equals to 20. Very nice. From here, you just simplify and then you prove it. We'll get this equation, then bracket, show. Okay, the in-between part, do you need me to show you? No, but you understand how I got this? Okay, you can do this, okay? It's not that difficult. Just keep practicing, you will get it. Can I convince you that you can do this? Remember, girls, you're learning, anything that you're not comfortable with or you're not clear, 3 things you get the teacher to do, right? Always get a teacher to repeat. Can you give me another example? Can you paraphrase? You must practice this. Actively seek for understanding and knowledge. Yes, my friend. Okay, which part you don't understand? So what do you want me to do? You want me to repeat? You want me to... Okay. First of all, have you read the problem? This girl went to Penang and back, right? She went to Penang by a coach. She came back by a car, right? The mode of transport. So the speed that was indicated for the car was x. So she came back by the car, traveling at a constant speed of x kilometers per hour. Am I right? Okay, read what the question says. There is this information that's given in the question that says the car is 30 kilometers per hour faster than the coach. So if this is x, the speed must be x minus 30. Does that make sense? Think about it. If this is 130 kilometers per hour, this must be 100 kilometers per hour. If this is 80, this is 50. Am I correct? If this is x, this must be x minus 30. So you think about it. I have a distance, I have speed. From here, I can formulate my time. Distance divided by speed will give me time. Distance divided by speed will also give me time. The question says that the total time taken for the whole journey from Singapore to Penang, Penang back to Singapore, the total duration is 20 hours. So I just take time plus time equals 20. You get it now? Cool. Everyone all right? You also get it now? Very good. Don't understand, remember, ask me to repeat. Let me tell you. You need me to translate in Mandarin, I can do it. 新加坡去到槟城，槟城回来新加坡. After that, I don't know what to say already. It's something like that. Anything else? 11, after you have shown that the equation is x squared minus 100x plus 1050 equals to 0, and then the next part, the question asks you to solve it. Am I right? Okay, can you read that question? Can you read it for me? Everybody. Solve, come on. What does it say? No, there's one key word there that nobody read it out loud and clear. Giving what? Both answers. Do you realize? Giving both answers. Over here, right, please take note of this, because we always have this situation whereby students got themselves into trouble. You try to solve x squared minus 100x plus 1050. You solve it using the formula method. So over here, let's say this is part 2. So x squared minus 100x plus 1050 equals 0. Can you just punch your calculator and just cheat? Can you do that? No, right? You do your formula method. So this will be minus 100 plus minus square root. This is minus 100 square. B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So this is what we have. And then you have your 2 answers, right? You have your 2 answers. 92, is it? The other answer? 8.08. Thank you very much. 2dp. Okay, question asked for 2dp. Okay, watch here now. Let's look at this problem. The x is 11.92. Can it be 11.92? Why not? Because if this is 11.92, you sub this x answer into the speed of the coach. What do we have? Positive or negative value? Can speed be negative? Talk to me. No. So, can the x value be 11.92? No, right? So, it has to be 88.08. Are we clear? So, do you know what most students will do at this point? They will take their pen and they'll write NA. Is this okay? Do you know that this is wrong? Because if you do this in exam, you will lose 1 mark. 1 A1 mark. Why? Because you didn't read the question. Read the question. What's the key word? I told Felicity was so loud just now. What is the key word that you must read? Giving both answers. The moment you reject one, you're telling me, Mr. Ng, this is not an answer. Am I correct to say that you are short of one answer already? So please circle up the key word. Giving both answers. Giving to 2dp. So in this situation, although I know that x cannot be 11.92, I still must accept it as an answer at this point. Are we clear? Okay? So, Mr. Ng, when do I reject it? There is a next part. The next part asks for what? Time taken for the return journey, is it? What is the time taken for the return journey? So, at this moment, now you pick which answer do I take? Which answer do I take? X equals to 11.92 or 88.08? Which one? 88. So, and x equals to 88.08. So time equals to, then you have 700 over 88.08. Then you punch your calculator, then you write down the answer. Remember your units, huh? Are we cool? Are we cool? Do you understand? This will be hours. Do you understand what am I doing? Okay, one more point that I must remind you, I must caution you. You see this 88.08? Do not just use the numbers 88.08. Never use a rounded off answer in your computation. I say again, never use a rounded off answer in your computation. This may result in a computation error. Although this is 88.08 over here, when you write it down, it may be 88.08, but when you punch in a calculator, remember you must use all 10 digits. Are we clear? Use the exact value. Please remember that. So far, so good? Okay, now you try one question on your own. The last question, then I'll move on to today's topic. I want to do the sketching of today's lesson. Very simple lesson. Sketching of graphs. What's the difference between drawing of graph and sketching of graph? Somebody. Very good. Estimation for sketching, right? Drawing must be exact. Drawing is done on graph paper or full sketch? Graph paper, very good. Sketching is done on full sketch, right? What else? Drawing comes out in Emacs paper 2. Sketching comes out in Emacs paper 1. What else? For drawing, you need a table. Can you remember? You need a table. And then you have all your boxes, x, y value, and then you fill in about 6 to 7 values for a non-linear graph. Then you fill in all the corresponding value of y. Then you use a standard scale. Then you plot all the points with little crosses, join them up with one smooth curve. Am I right? That is drawing. What about sketching? For sketching of a graph, all we are looking for is the shape of the graph and the critical points. I repeat, the shape of the graph and the critical points. There are many different kinds of graphs that you will learn to sketch. In Sec 3, you will learn 2. Okay, quadratic graphs. One that's of this nature, that's in a factorized form. The other one will be in the form of the completing square. Y equals to a bracket x minus h bracket square plus k. Okay? It will be in this form. So this is the factorized form. This will be the completing on the square form. Today, I just want you to learn how to do this one. How to sketch a graph that's in the factorized form. Cool? Okay. If I want to sketch this graph, y equals to... Okay, how many of you know how to sketch this graph? Raise your hand. How many of you? This is a quadratic graph. How do you know it's quadratic? Well, Mr. Ng tells you. How do you know? X, there's 2x. Be a bit more precise. If I were to expand this, what do I have? X squared minus 4x minus 5. Am I correct? Yes or no? The greatest power that you see, we call it the degree of the polynomial over here, is 2. It tells us that this is a quadratic situation, a quadratic graph. Are we cool? So how does quadratic graph look like? Everybody? Curve. Like that also curve? What curve? U-shape. Very good. U-shape graph. Is it only U-shape? Upside down. What do your Sec 2 teachers call it? Smiley face, sad face. Some people call it U-shape, N-shape. You know, like N, small letter N. So smiley face, sad face, U-shape, N-shape. Okay, what determines whether is it U-shape or N shape? Smiley face or sad face? What determines the shape? Positive or negative what? Coefficient of x squared. Very good. Okay, so point number one, I want everyone to be very clear about. My dear, pay attention now, watch here. It's the coefficient of x squared. When we take a look at a situation, y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, when the coefficient of x squared is positive, we always get a smiley face. When the coefficient of x squared is negative, the a is negative, it will be a sad face. Is this easy to remember? Bigger than 0, smiley face. Smaller than 0, negative. So sad face. Are we cool with that? Okay, so over here, we know this graph, we have a smiley face. We have determined number one, the shape of the graph. Remember, when you want to sketch a graph, we only want two things. Number one, the shape of the graph. Number two, critical points. We have already done half of this problem already, the shape of the graph. My next challenge to you is, what determines the critical points? What are the critical points? Somebody tell me. Come on, try. Talk to me. X-intercepts, what else? Y-intercepts. Very good. The X-intercepts and the Y-intercepts. These are the critical points. Are we okay with this? So over here, for this particular situation, okay, y equals to x plus 1, x minus 5. How do you determine the X-intercepts, everybody? You learned this in set 1. How do you find X-intercepts? Where does the graph cut the x-axis? When y equals to 0. Very good. Remember, I will repeat this for Michelle. When you want to find X-intercepts, when y equals to 0. When you want to find Y-intercept, when, talk to me, when x equals to 0. Is that okay? Remember, just remember like that, reverse. X-intercept when y equals to 0. Y-intercept when x equals to 0. Can you remember? Okay, I give you 1 minute. Find for me what are the values of the x-intercept. Everybody, do you have this? When y equals to 0, x value. When x equals to 0, y value. This part, do you all know how to do? Okay, which part of everything? Remember I told you the 3 things, right? You don't know stuff, you must always be very specific on what you don't know. Because teachers hate the part when you tell us, I don't know what I don't know. Then you're getting me confused. I don't even know how to help. Which part is it that you don't know and why is it that you don't know? Do you want me to repeat again or what? Okay, which part? I purposely wrote in different ink. So you can tell me which line. The red part? Okay. What am I doing over here? The first part over here in black, right? Y equals to x plus 1, x minus 5. I expanded it out. Actually, I don't need to expand it out. I just take x times x. I just determine the coefficient of x squared. Is it positive or negative? In this case, we determine that it is positive, right? Positive means the coefficient of x squared is positive, means the shape is smiley face or sad face? Smiley face. So that is one thing that we already know. After determining the shape of the graph, the next thing I told you is find out what are the critical points. What are the critical points that we discussed just now? You must find the x-intercept and you must find the y-intercept. Right? We talked about that. So what did I talk about just now? How do you remember? How do you find x-intercept? When what? Equals to 0. You'll see the importance of articulating your learning. You sit down there, you just want to think you get it, you won't get it. Articulate, you speak it out, you will remember. X-intercept when y equals to 0. Look, what am I doing? When y equals to 0. So Felicity, what am I trying to find here? X-intercepts. Very good. So here, I'm trying to find x-intercepts. Okay? So next line, when x equals to 0, what am I trying to find? Y-intercept. Are we okay? So this is the reason. When y equals 0, I solve for x. So I got 2 answers. When x equals to 0, y answer, I have 1 answer. So this is my y-intercept, these are my x-intercepts. Cool? What is x-intercepts? X-intercepts is the points on the x-axis where the graph cuts through. What is the y-intercept? The point on your y-axis where your graph cuts through. Are we clear? Yes. Okay, very quickly now, 1 minute. Based on this information, smiley face, x-intercepts, y-intercept, sketch the graph now. Okay, watch here. I'm going to show you how it is done. Watch. We have determined, everybody talk to me, okay? What is the shape of this graph? Smiley face. Go on. What are the critical points? What's the y-intercept? -5, right, Shannon? What is the x-intercept? Talk to me. -1 and 5. What does that mean? Easy. Watch. If I have x-axis, right? Yes or no? Then I will have a graph that goes like this. Am I right? U-shaped graph. Correct? What are my x-intercept? What is this value here? This is? I'm almost done. A little bit more. A little bit more. What is missing? I need one more thing and I'm done. Is the y-axis over here? Is it over here? It must be here, right? Between -1 to 5. So I just do a sketch like that. Y-axis. What's this value here? -5. Put the origin. Y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5. Ta-da! Understand how it is done? Cody, okay? Okay, very quickly now you do one on your own. Is that okay? You try one on your own now, very quickly. Okay, go. Sketch this graph for me. Okay, try. Remember, determine the shape of the graph and the critical points. Alright? Cody, you saw how easy it was? I just determine, then I just draw the shape, then cut, then find where axis cut. That's all. Okay? Okay, you try this time. Okay? Think about it. 0 minus 4 is what? -4. -4 times +2 is -8. I don't even need to expand. I just like that, mental sum. -4 times 2, -8. Beautiful things on the board by Cody, very nicely done. But what is missing is, my dear, mark your x and y axis and the origin. Okay, very important. Mark your x and y axis. Beautiful stuff on the board. Okay, watch here now. This is a very good graph because her sense of estimation is pretty accurate. I saw one particular girl who did this, like this. Y-axis is down here, and then this is -2, 4, -8. Okay, her idea is good. But I will mark her wrong in the exam. I'll fault her because of the line of symmetry. The graph looks like it's symmetrical about the y-axis. Am I correct? It looks like it's symmetrical, but is it symmetrical about y-axis? No, it's not. Look at this. -2, this is 4. You know the y-axis should be somewhere here. Right? Are we cool? The last thing I want to teach you is the line of symmetry. How do you find the line of symmetry for a quadratic graph that is in a factorized form? Anybody knows the trick? Yes? Plus together divide. Okay? To be more precise, you add up the two x-intercepts and then you divide by 2. That's the fastest way. What is 4 plus -2 equals to what? 2. 2 divided by 2 equals to 1. So the line of symmetry for this graph would be x equals to 1. This will be the line of symmetry for the graph. Are you with me?